Hello, welcome to The Print. I am Amana Begam Ansari and I'm the regular columnist with The Print. And this week I have covered about the new changed immigration rule in the UK. So overseas medium skilled workers will no longer be able to work in the United Kingdom. And this is the part of the UK government's new changes to the immigration rules, and some of which came into effect on 22nd of July. This has caused widespread anxiety among those looking to migrate to the UK, especially Indian students and workers. The new rules are based on the white paper, restoring control over the immigration. That was published on 12th of May. The document proposed a series of changes to make it harder for overseas individuals to migrate to the UK by tightening controls. The government sees it that these changes are necessary step to control immigration, and Indians are one of the largest groups applying for students and skilled worker visas, meaning the new rules will have a direct impact on them. For many, a UK is a dream destination for higher education, career opportunities, and the hope of being part of broader inclusive society. However, their aspirations are now being overshadowed by a growing sense of limitation, leaving many wondering if they will be met with an impenetrable wall instead of open doors. A video of an Indian student tearing a blank paper during his graduation ceremony, a symbolic protest against the white paper, has recently surfaced on the social media. The act captures the frustration of international students, particularly Indians. Since the video went viral, it has initiated a widespread online debate about immigration, fairness, opportunity, or the human cost of restrictive immigration policies, and etc. Not all the changes proposed in the white paper have been implemented yet. How and when they are and to what extent remains unclear. Complete details of the new rules are still unavailable, leaving many Indian students and skilled workers in a state of uncertainty. The white paper featured eight main proposals. The first is shortening the list of jobs eligible for visa sponsorship. Second is removing the exemption on visa sponsorship for social care worker, and then taxing universities' income for the international students' tuition fees. Stricter rules for university, making it harder to maintain their license to sponsor students' visas. Reducing the graduate visa duration for the 2 year to just 18 months, increasing the qualifying period for ILR from 5 years to 10 years, making it a longer and more uncertain path for those looking to settle in the UK, and then enforcing stricter English language rule for those already taking the language test, which make it tougher for highly skilled people to migrate to the UK as well. International students in the UK serves as the backbone of the country's higher education system. Their contribution goes beyond the tuition fees that keep university running. Students educated in the UK universities are in many ways the UK's global ambassador as well. They carry the values of the country with them, exchanging cultures across borders. With the UK government now tightening immigration measures, the balance is shifting. The new rule seeks to preserve the financial and diplomatic benefits UK get from the international student while also reducing the net immigration. Meanwhile, the country's growing focus on high skilled work visa shows a clear intent to attract only the brightest mind, a kind of brain drain, but on the UK's term. The move may benefit the UK in the short term, but will it make harder for the broader group of student and worker, those outside its narrow, highly skilled scope to build a future in the UK? A privileged society, it's like a privileged society is limiting its access to the individual. It seems useful, who often come from also the privileged backgrounds. The message couldn't be clearer. If you contribute to the economy and tick the right boxes you are in, the door remains shut for everyone else. This exclusionary approach reveals the scope of values prized by the West. What's interesting is that these tighter immigration rules come from a Labor government, not the conservative one. Traditionally, Labor has positioned itself as basically party of inclusivity, one that stood by migrant, upheld multiculturalism, and pushed back against the narrow nationalism. The shift shows that even progressive parties are now bowing to the public sentiment and majoritarianism. It also highlights how dramatically the Overton window on migration has shifted in the country. This shift isn't confined to the UK either. Across Europe, nations are tightening their immigration policies. More and more people favor limits on immigration, driven by the concern over the strain on the public services, national security, and cultural integration. But here's the paradox: when the people in the UK talk about their problem with immigrants, the majority, around 84%, are thinking about asylum seeker and refugees. Only 25% consider migrant workers in the same light. The conversation around immigration has shifted globally, bringing questions we can't overlook anymore. Should policies cater to the majority sentiment, or the long term benefit of a diverse and inclusive society should be the priority? Furthermore, how will liberal society now navigate public perception and the value they claim to uphold? For more such video, do watch the print.